Kia ora everybody, so today I'm going to speak about my spiritual awakening, and I think it was like a year and a half ago. So I'll start at the beginning. Hopefully I can remember everything what actually happened. Let's hope it's not too long. So today is the 16th of March 2025 at 3:51 p.m. So I will start with I was going to a fitness class. I won't name which one, and I won't name what gym. So this happened a year and a half ago. And as I was enjoying myself in this fitness class, let's just say a certain person in the class that I was looking at the time, something just hit me like a thunderbolt of lightning. I don't know what it was, and I just felt this intense connection to them, and it was so overwhelming. I was so drawn, I didn't even know what the hell was going on. And ever since that happened, in that moment, in that fitness class, I just had this like intense feelings for them. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I didn't know what was going on. God. And then I just couldn't stop thinking about them, and overtook my thoughts and everything. And this happened for the last couple of months. And I was going, what the hell is going on? And I was going through all these roller coaster emotions, and I wasn't feeling good, and I was scared, and I was in fear, and I felt like I was going a bit crazy. I don't know when it happened, but I searched something on the internet to find out what was going on with me, because I thought I was going crazy or going nutty or loony, and I come across something like Alistair All-Star with spiritual awakening stuff, and I had a look at it, and everything he told me on there, and it was like, oh wow, I'm actually going through all this stuff, and I'm living in fear, and I'm scared, and I don't know what's going on, and I can't sleep properly. I'm having these obsessive thoughts about somebody, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is freaking going on? Just all these emotions, and and then there was something about having a twin flame and having past lives with a twin flame, and apparently we've got a spiritual contract that we both agreed in this lifetime before we even came to Earth, and we agreed on certain things that we would do. We must have agreed to, and my instincts are telling me that we must have agreed to be in separate bodies. We're actually half a soul each, and we decided to take different paths in life. So for my path, I believe I decided to go through hard stuff from when I was born, because my life has been quite hard. Not as hard as my dad's, but it's still tough. I went through a hard upbringing. My dad was hard on me. Yes, I got hidings like every child did in the 1979s and the 80s. That was the norm thing. I was criticised at school. I was bullied. I was criticised at home. I could never do anything right. I could do things still right and still get in trouble. I lived in fear all the time, and I believe that I chose that path and wanted a hard upbringing like that. And even in high school I felt like an outsider. Even at primary school I felt like an outsider to go play with the girls because I was being bullied. I was being picked on. And at high school I felt out of place. I felt kids were teasing me a bit there. Not as much, but I felt out of place. I felt like a lone wolf. I felt like I didn't fit into society. I felt like a black sheep because I was different. I believed that I was supposed to have that kind of life in that life, this life. I felt like I had to go through all that for me to overcome them, and I have overcome them now. I had to visit a lot of traumas, a lot of stuff I didn't want to face from my past, scary stuff, that scared the crap out of me. And I believe through my spiritual awakening that happened, I've overcome all that. I've overcome some of those things through life before my spiritual awakening, but I believe that all led up to my spiritual awakening, which I'll now go back to, which happened in a fitness class, and somebody triggered it. They don't believe my twin flame, and I have to respect that opinion, and I believe they are, but I have to let that go now because they don't believe what I believe. And yeah, unless something has changed, or then they will have to come and speak to me about it. But yeah, so that's what's happening at the moment. So when I went through a spiritual awakening and I had these obsessive thoughts about someone, and my emotions were up and down, I was crying a lot and just had all these different emotions. It's not, when you go through this spiritual awakening journey, especially my twin flame one, oh my god, it's unbearable. It's painful. It is not like a soulmate journey where everything's lovey-dovey and you have a similar frequency. When you have a twin flame, you've got the same energy signature because they are you having an experience in another body, in another lifetime. So it's you, it's the other you have an experience in you, and you have a connection to each other, and it's like you also have a telepathic connection. So yeah, when they found out, I wrote a post on Facebook one time, and they found out through another friend that messaged me, and when that person messaged me and said they weren't very pleased, then fair enough, person what I believe is my twin flame, but they don't believe it, and I have to respect that opinion. And then I said, well, you believe what you want to believe on the message, and I believe what I wanted to believe, and I had to let them go and had to go our separate ways. And yeah, so I had to detach from them because I felt like their energy was dragging me down because I was doing, yeah, so, but when I was going through this spiritual awakening thing, what really helped to release this havoc that was going on was I had to surrender to it and allow it to happen, because I didn't want to surrender to it, and the spiritual awakening hadn't quite activated yet, but I was on the verge of. And then I looked at that Alistair All-Star thing online, and he explained in detail that I had to surrender to what was going on. I didn't want to, I was scared, I was in fear, I couldn't sleep, I lived in fear all the time. But if I didn't do something, it was chasing me. Bugger this, I can't keep living like this for the next 2 months. And I was, and then I thought, bugger it, I have got nothing to lose, so you know what, I'm just going to surrender. What's the worst that can happen? So I surrendered to it, and I had the spiritual awakening happening, process take over, and I became a lot more peaceful, a lot more calm. All my 5 senses, smell, whatever, all those senses, hearing, all those senses, they all heightened. My spiritual gifts started to get stronger. As you can see, I'm a healer. We're all healers, but I'm very in tune being a healer, even since from a young age. I pick up on people's vibrations very strongly. But when that spiritual activation happened, spiritual awakening, it all heightened even more. I didn't know that your emotions could get heightened even more. There's sense of smell, sense of taste, all those different senses, those 5 senses, even the 6th sense, your psychic sense, they all heightened to new levels. I never knew that could actually happen, and I became peaceful, calm, more in tune with life, felt one with everything, and it was the best feeling ever. Once I surrendered, once I let go, I became a completely different person, just happier, calmer. And I believe I look even younger too. I was glowing. I glow a lot more, and I'm still glowing. And the spiritual awakening journey, I became authentic, where I wanted to speak my truth. I wanted to walk it, live it, be it, become it. I didn't want to live any more lies. It felt like I had taken off the rose-colored glasses for the first time, and I could actually see everything around me for what it was and not what I thought it was. I felt like I could see the life I lived before. The spiritual awakening was an illusion, and I just woke up to something that was actually real, and it had been like that for ages, but I had lived in a life illusion. And so that's what's been happening to me. So I've also had to work on traumas and stuff to a spiritual awakening process, and I've overcome them by asking myself questions, and after question till I found the core answer. Sitting with myself, I've worked on when I detached from the person I believe is my twin flame counterpart. I had to go back into myself. It was quite hard to detach from that person that didn't believe me. It hurt. I was heartbroken. I thought we were going to come into union, become one, and live a happy life, but it didn't turn out that way. So I had to search within myself, and I was reading this Alistair All-Star thing where when you and your twin flame detach from each other, what you do. And so they said that I have to work on my self-love and myself, and so I had to sit with self-love and work on myself. And so I listened to meditation stuff, I listened to self-love stuff, anything that was going to help me become a better person inside. But I had to search within, had to work on all my traumas, all my past stuff. And then I became stronger on myself. I realized I didn't need my other twin flame, because all I needed was myself. And if I did have them in my life, that'd be a bonus. But this twin flame journey taught me to love myself. My spiritual awakening twin flame journey taught me to love myself, and I was the most important person in the world. And and it changed me completely. And I'm even more calmer than I was a year and a half ago. And I feel like I go through phases of a bit of a spiritual crisis where there's deeper levels to authenticity, and I'm getting upgraded and given more knowledge of stuff from a higher being. You can call it I am, you can call it God, whatever, and they're upgrading me all the time and giving me more and more info. And when I go through these phases, I go through a week, maybe 2 weeks, where I'm not feeling the best, because I'm going through a spiritual transition, where I'm releasing more of the stuff from my past and even past lifetimes. I'm releasing it all, and it's leaving me. And then more light is coming into making me shine brighter. It's increasing my vibration to higher and higher and higher levels. And I believe there are levels to this authenticity from what I believe in and what I find out, and I'm beginning to listen to my instincts a lot more. It took a while to be authentic. It's taken me a year and a half, maybe a year, might be a year. It took me to just do it automatically. It took me a process of making it a habit, and then now it's just automatic. I just do it all the time. I've actually had to put spiritual protections up, do spiritual rituals for me to protect my energy. I used to do them before the spiritual awakening, but now I have to do it more than ever, because there are people out there who drain your energy. They're called energy vampires. You might have friends like that, or people you be around that drain you. And I had to protect my energy, so there's no transfer of their energy, like your positive energy going to them, and them dumping their crap onto you, and then you feel worse, and then you've got to go away and self-heal yourself. So I had to put spiritual rituals, spiritual protections that I've learned from my dad, because he is very spiritual and he has been for a very, very long time, and I know people that do spiritual stuff for a very long time. And so even before the spiritual awakening, I knew about spiritual stuff, and so now I'm putting all that into play now and doing it consistently. And ever since then I've become more calmer. I've had more belief in myself, and it's helped with my fitness journey. But I think what's helped with the spiritual awakening is learning lessons along the way, and from all the shows that I've done, I've learned something about myself, mentally, physically, and spiritually. That's all triggered my spiritual awakening. Going back to Wintec and doing what I love and living my highest joy has activated my spiritual awakening. Getting in touch with my inner child, doing stuff that makes me happy, makes me laugh, makes me smile, has all played a part in my spiritual awakening. So all those stepping stones, traumas that I've overcome have all played a part in my spiritual awakening activation, and then just surrendering to it. So what else has happened to me since then, year and a half? Yeah, and I keep upgrading all the time, and I feel like stuff that I've seen on the internet and some of the tarot stuff that I've read, which I resonate with. If I don't resonate with it and I'm looking into it, I just stop listening to it. But there's stuff down in there where my heart is guiding me to certain things with the tarot reading on YouTube, so I'll go to it. And if it resonates with me, then I'll keep going through it, and I think, okay, so this is what's happening to me next, this is what my guides are trying to tell me, answers are trying to tell me, this is the next phase I'm going through, and it gives me guidance, and it has been for a while. And it's pushing me into the spotlight. I know what my highest purpose is, and that's to uplift humanity. And since now I don't have a twin flame counterpart, because they don't believe it, and that's okay, I respect their opinion. I'm not angry at them, they're allowed their opinion, I've let that go, I've had to forgive myself and allow people to have free will to pick what's right for them. So now, and when the time is right, I'm searching for my soulmate, high level soulmate now. So they'll come into my life when it's ready. I'll allow them to. The spiritual awakenings also helped me with my manifestation, and I've learned stuff about my manifestation and how I can manifest stuff in my life. It's also led me to be inspired by things that I want to do, and I'm going to put those into play now. I've been a little bit procrastinating on stuff I should be doing, but I'm going to start doing it. So yeah, the spiritual awakening has changed my whole life. You can actually spiritual awaken by yourself, or someone can activate it for you, and it's been activated. So there's no going back for me now. I have to do everything I say, everything I do, everything I talk about has to be authentic. Every aspect of me now. And now I've become a stronger person. Each and every time I've gone through a spiritual crisis, which just means you're going through a spiritual upgrade and you're getting things downloaded, new information downloaded to you to upgrade, more light comes into you, more stuff is released that you need to release to allow for new things to come into you, to upgrade you, to become a better and higher version of yourself. I can walk into a room and I can tell when something's off. I can walk into a room and know when I'm talking to someone. I know when they're telling me truth, and I know when they're telling me lies. I know when they say something, they don't believe it, but they say it for the sake of saying it. I can tell by the energy they give out, and so if the energy doesn't match what they're saying, I know that it's not true, it's untrue. I've had to let people go in my life, and the more I upgrade spiritually, I've also realized I'm learning more about people, and what I thought I knew about them, their true self is starting to come out more. And then I'm starting to realize I thought they were my friend. I did see glimpses of them, maybe they're not, but I sort of gave them the benefit of the doubt, not listening to my instincts. I'm beginning to realize no, they aren't there for my highest need, and I know they don't mean to use you, but I feel like I've been used, because that's what it feels like. I've just been used, like they just wanted me for something, and then when I needed something back in return, I didn't get the same treatment, and so it showed their true colours of who they are. And so yeah, who I thought was my true friends, you end up figuring out as you upgrade spiritually and go higher and higher vibrational levels, and you let go of all the fear and all the anxiety and all that, you end up realizing no, they're not for my highest good, because if I'm not feeling good around them, then they're not supposed to be. They only served a certain purpose in my life at a certain level, and then when I've learnt the lesson from them, they will go out of my life automatically, or I will decide no, I do not want to be around these kind of people. So at the moment I'm actually looking for my soul group, and I think I've found some people that are in my soul group, and there's more coming along. I've noticed the talks that I have with people now are much more on deeper levels, and I'm just not into small talk anymore. I'm looking for something that's more purposeful and more deep and meaningful. Small talk's okay for a little bit, but it doesn't make me glow brighter. It doesn't bring out the best in me. For me, it just seems unauthentic and fake for me. So I'm looking for more real connections, and I'm getting more and more of them. As I'm getting more and more of them, I've had to release other ones. I'm also realizing I'm becoming to understand people on deeper and deeper and deeper levels. With my spiritual awakening, I can even, when I'm talking to someone on deeper levels, I can understand what they're saying without them actually finishing their sentence. I shouldn't really do that. I should let people finish off. So something I have to learn, let people finish off. It's like I really understand them on the deeper level, and it's because I'm attracting people on deeper levels and higher vibrations, because that's the levels I'm at now. And if people want to be on the same level as me, you have to do your own self-work. You have to work on self-love, self-care. You have to work on your traumas and problems that you don't want to face. I'm also realizing when I came to this earth, even before my spiritual awakening, I was probably already spiritually awakened when I was first born. Because I've realized when I've reflected back to my life, there's people that I trigger in my life because they don't want to face darker aspects or shadow aspects or trauma aspects or problems in their life because they're afraid to face them, and they're scary. I know what it's like because I don't want to face them either. But I'd rather face them eventually, because I have to eventually, or else they chase me all the time and nothing changes. So I've had to face them, and people will be mirrors for you to show you what you need to face. Even when you're shit scared, I'm scared to face them still. But if I don't face them, they're going to chase me all the time. And they're going to chase you in a day, or it's going to show up in signs and throughout your life. And it won't go away unless you face them. And then you realize once you face them, you go, what's the worst they can do? Yeah, come at me. And you realize it wasn't as bad. It's because your mind gets in the road. Your mind. And that's what stumps people, is your mind. So if you're wondering what spiritual awakening is, it's like your ego mind dies. So you realize you're not your ego. You're not your mind. You're actually a spiritual being having a spiritual experience in a body. That's what you'll come to realize. You'll come to realize you're not your ego, but your mind takes over and says, yes, I should do that, no, I should do that. And that's where the doubts come along. You can't manifest things in your life. All those illusionary things you tell yourself, negativity, oh, I'm this, I'm useless. That isn't true. That isn't who you really are. You may even tell yourself, my name is Adam, I work at, say for example, New Zealand Post, or I like to work out. What you do, that's not who you truly are. You're a spiritual being, a conscious being, a soul being, experiencing a human experience in a body. That's who you truly are. You are consciousness, you are a soul. So I can't remember anything else. I wish I could about my spiritual awakening, but it's changed me in big ways. So I can walk into a room, the vibration changes. My highest goal in this life is to uplift humanity, and I'm going to trigger people by how I am now, because they don't want to face stuff. They don't want to look deep within themselves, so they'd rather blame somebody else. And it's not my fault. It's because I've done all my work. And then there's other people in my life who've been inspired by me, whether it's finished doing anything, and they'll go away and go, look, I want to make changes in my life. Because they're wanting to work on themselves. It just goes in part and parcel when you're spiritually awakened. I'm actually a divine feminine, so what that means is, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, I have the nurturing traits of, say, a mother nurturing nature kind of thing, those kind of traits. So it's like empathy, kindness, in touch with my emotions, all that stuff. And so my goal on this earth is to help people become the best and highest versions of themselves if they choose to be. The spiritual awakening journey, it's up to you if you choose it. I can't help, say, my twin flame counterpart do it. It's up to them. I tried to, like in dreams, and pray for them, whatever. But what happened is you end up in a runner-chaser dynamic. And the more you try to help them, either if you send them prayers, the more they run away. So the only way for me to help my twin flame counterpart was to work on myself. When you work on yourself, you're actually working on the other part of you. When you're working on the other part of you, that's when they start to grow. But they have to choose that. It's still up to them. You know, they have to make the decision. They can only do this journey by themselves. I can't do it for them, because even if I did, they would still run away and they wouldn't learn anything. So that's why I had to detach from them, because they were draining my energy without doing the spiritual work of working on their traumas and working on them self-love. They were just draining me, and I was like, I can't live like that. Then draining my energy. It's unfair because I'm doing all the work. But they don't believe that, and I respect them for that. So now I have to find somebody who can help me in my highest goal of uplifting humanity. At the moment I'm doing it by myself, and I'm sure my soulmate will come along and she will help me, and in due time, when the time is right. So I'm just allowing things to happen, manifesting things to happen, but just allowing, because sometimes when you push for something, it's like pushing against the current in a stream, you just get pushed back, and that's not helping. But if you allow things to come, they'll come easy, and you just got to give time and patience and allow it to happen. You just got to be patient and just trust the process, and that's what I'm doing, and trusting my instincts now. And I've been trusting my instincts for a very, very, very long time, 1.5 years. And I glow a lot more, and I'm happier, and people can see it, and I inspire a lot of people with my fitness journey, and my posts inspire people, and people admire that I'm living this authentic journey, because it's scary for some others. And that's all I can be. I can only be myself. I know when people are putting masks around me and pretending to be something they're not. I know when they're feeling good and then their energy switches and they put the mask back on. Like I can feel their fear. I can feel their insecurity. I can go to a fitness class and feel that. I can tell when people are off. I can tell when not to approach certain people. I can tell there's something not right with that person, so I won't approach it. I can tell, because my energy is that strong now, that's why I have to protect it. I have to look after myself first, because I'm the most important person. So when I look after myself and my self-love, then I can help other people out, but share the overflow and keep my cup full. Because when you love yourself, you can love others. What reflects inside you reflects outside of you, and you attract what you give to yourself. And so I like to thank this person that doesn't believe in the twin flame journey for helping me to find myself, because you really helped me find myself. And self-love was the key, and authenticity to the spiritual awakening. And now I'm in the best shape I've ever been in a long, long time. And it comes off when I talk, when I say, when I speak, when I feel. Everything I do now. Not even my life is perfect, but I know how to get back up, dust myself again, carry on. What else can I mention? If there's anything else you want to know in depth about the spiritual awakening, I'm going to have to think of another topic I'm going to have to talk about. May take a bit of brainstorming, but I finally did it, made a YouTube video. I will have to post this on YouTube. And is there any specifics you want to know, or if you would like a Q&A? I'm only speaking on my spiritual awakening journey for me that was triggered by someone else, being a divine feminine. So when I talk about divine feminine, having nurturing, mothering traits, and my twin flame is a divine masculine counterpart. But I have to go, because I don't believe that. That's all good. I probably should have approached it better and talked to them about it, but I felt like I was going to be a nutcase, and then they're going to think I'm a crazy. It probably would have been better if I did approach them, and I'm really sorry. But I respect their opinion, they don't believe it, so yeah, I have to find a higher level soulmate, and they will come into my being when the time is right. Do I need to mention anything else? I will put this up on YouTube, and yeah, we'll see how it goes, how it runs. I don't know how this is going to run. I'm just letting my heart follow me, my heart guidance, to lead me where I'm supposed to go and what I'm supposed to do, and my guides and helpers will help me. So thank you for listening to this. I know it was very long. Hope to hear from other people or messages or anybody that wants any more info or anything, or even anybody else that's had experiences of a spiritual awakening, whether you did it by yourself or somebody else triggered it. Oh, actually, I'm going to mention something about your twin flame, is that you and your twin flame have had past lives together. So together as one soul, you might have been, I don't know, a cowboy, a milkman in another lifetime. I believe me and my twin flame have had old souls, and we've had lifetimes after lifetimes on earth. We've had a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom and knowledge. They also say that whatever knowledge and skills each twin flame picks up, so I'm divine feminine and divine masculine, you can actually activate what they've learnt, and you can use the skill and talents that they have, like they can activate the skills and talents I have, because you are one being and you have a telepathic connection to each other. And yeah, you have lifetimes over lifetimes you spent together, either in one body or two separate bodies and half a soul each. And yeah, so that's it from me. Love, light, peace and harmony to you all. Hope you enjoyed the spiritual awakening video. Peace out.